Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our finale.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
I'm here with the loveliest Fae around. We're gonna go around and introduce ourselves for the final time. Michael, you go first.
It's me. I'm Michael Williams. I am I'm more or less homeless right now. I'm an actor. I'm playing Zareth / Rao. Their collective pronouns are he, him, as are mine. And I'm bummed this is the finale, but also excited.
For now, maybe.
Zelly.
I'm Celestine Fae Queen. I am a streamer myself. I play a variety of games. You can find me at twitch.tv/Celestine Fae Queen and on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and all that jazz. I am playing Lilith. Our pronouns are she, her, and I'm probably gonna cry today. I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm gonna cry.
Tears.
I've cried in a lot of these episodes. Way more than I
Good.
thought.
It's cathartic. I promise the people catharsis coming soon in the
I can't
Instagrams.
afford therapy, so this is like the next best thing. Yeah.
That's okay. That's okay.
Ben, it's your turn.
It's my turn. I'm Ben. You can find me here most of the time. I'm taking a little step back from a lot of the streamy stuff these days because I need to work on my normal life. Raven Queen, welcome. I'm playing Lyral. Both of our pronouns are he, him, and hopefully we have an ending that isn't super sad. Yeah! Alright!
Yes, happy, you would say?
I didn't say
What
that.
I think you're pushing for it.
No. Let's not go too far.
Connor, your name.
Hello, I'm Connor, and I'm playing Aimless. Aimless pronouns are he, they, and my pronouns are he, him. I think that's it.
Oh, cool. Where can we find you for your all your cool things that you do?
Right, because this is the last time.
Yeah.
You can find me on Instagram at Connor K. Hess. That's pretty much it. I'm not very active on anything else.
Okay.
Good for you.
All right.
Joining us again is our favorite guest star, Hunter.
Yay! Hello. My name is Hunter. I am one half of Genasi Qua. You can find us on the TikTok, Instagrams, LinkedIn, probably. Who knows? It's where we make D&D music with puppets. Because that's...
You didn't know that, Michael?
How the fuck did I not know this?
Yes, is the other half of Genasi Quad the puppet?
No, it's my regret. No, the other half is my friend Chris in Ireland, who I make music with. He's
Ooh, good question from chat. Top half or bottom half?
in what regard are we?
Like if you're
However you interpret it.
Yeah, it just depends on the day, you know what I'm saying? And I play Lord Reynad, the Fox of the Summer Court. My pronouns are he, him. Reynad's are he, they. I think that's it.
Cool.
Hannah.
Yellow for the last time until we meet again. And I don't mean the color. You're on the Twitch with Hannah. What's going on? My name is Hannah. I am part of Bards of New York. You can find me on Twitch, Instagram, and TikTok under Bards of New York for more D&D and slow burn romance content.
The good stuff. The best
Yes.
from Bards of New York.
And I am, my pronouns are she, her, and I'm playing Apricity, and her pronouns are also she, her. And I'm sad that this is the last time I get to play with you all for a while, but not the last time forever.
Threatening.
And I always forget to introduce myself. I'm Dreamy. I'm the GM here. My pronouns are she, her, and you can find me here and on Nights of Silver Moon.
And now, as per the doctrine, does anyone have anything mean to say?
Only to the matriarch.
No. Nobody has anything mean to say.
Lumiere is overrated.
Let's roll that beautiful bean footage then.
Bean footage, go!
I like being.
All right, everybody. Last time on Feyning Elegance, Rao, Apricity, and Maeve reconnect. Zareth confesses to Lilith that he was the one who killed her love. Queen Mab is ruined as the secret of her affair with Lord Elorian, Apricity's true father, is revealed. Aemlet spends the night with his new friend, Lord Reynard. Lyril is unable to access his home plane as he has broken his promise. Rao and Apricity write each other very beautiful letters. Everyone heads to the dance and looks fabulous. Lilith forgives Zareth and tells Apricity her new goal is to be free. Lyril offers to kill the matriarch for Lilith. And so, with our final episode, we turn from marriage to murder.
Murder. I don't want to say very much, but Plan C involves murder.
Yeah.
Murder. All right, so we're not starting with our epistolary phase or anything. We're just going to jump straight back into the action when the very last thing that happened last session was as Lyril was offering to kill the matriarch for Lilith. She had given him I don't remember its real name. It is the Looky Loo. It's canon. No, it's the Looky Loo.
Looky Loo, as coined by Lord Reynard.
Mm-hmm. Lyril looked through the looky-loo at the matriarch and discovered that instead of the beautiful, commanding figure, she was actually a night hag.
My best friend.
And it's not just that's not just a terrible insult. That's what she is.
I'm talking about my mom.
Still in the room.
So, are we?
All right.
Where are we? What are we doing? What's the plan?
It's in the middle of that. Everyone is dancing. I believe that Apricity and Rao are still dancing. Reynard and Aemlith are dancing and keep calling Mab a bitch to her face.
I think I'm actually I think Zareth's actually dancing with the matriarch right now.
Oh, that's right.
To give Lilith and or Lyril
to be like
to.
Mm-hmm. 3 words. Look.
I'm terrible at charades. What? What are you saying?
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Lyril, as you stand at the edge of the dance floor with Lilith, Maeve actually comes up to you.
Good cousin.
Would you care to dance?
I look at the Adderstone. Yes. Do you want this back? To Lilith.
I'll take it for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Deuces and stuff. Yeah, I will take Maeve's hand and dance with her.
All right. As you all begin to dance, she will say, "Felt like we needed to have another conversation. It was a bit harsh to you last time.
No,
but I won't apologize for what I said.
I don't believe you need to. I fully overstepped my boundaries.
As much as it pains me to say you were right, because I feel like you might hear that more often than you should. You were right, and there seems to be another option now.
Well, just because I may have been right doesn't mean it was necessarily the best way to go about it.
Thank you for saying that.
Trying to hurt people less.
It's something we can all aim for.
Yes. It seems that I have lost the ability to go home. So I would not presume to ask for a place to stay. I'm more than willing to rough it. I've done it before, but
You can stay here as long as you need.
I appreciate that.
I don't know if it was something you said, but the lost stars seem to be finding their way home.
I think it was just making them aware that a door was left open and that they still had the ability to walk through it.
It was something I'd hoped for a long time, but when you lock the door yourself and throw away the key and live as long as we do, I think you tend to forget.
Well, they are smart.
Lyro, if you have thrown away a key as well, don't forget where you put it. You can always unlock the door.
Thank you.
And with that, Lyral, it's not as strong as it was the day before, but you feel a thread of home reconnect in that place it's missing.
This is... Well, actually, no, I've made a promise to do this, so I probably should go ahead and do it anyway. I've learned that the matriarch is not as she appears, which I don't feel like is that much of a surprise, but
Well, what is she?
she
Because
is...
what you say could change a lot.
She's a night hag.
A night hag in court?
Everyone has their ways of climbing to the top, I see. But,
No, I don't think court would have much appreciate a hag holding all the secrets.
yes, well, you now have the information to hold over her in whatever way you feel is appropriate, as she seems to only listen to secrets and games, because going and just asking her straight up does not work.
I told Apricity and Ral that it might be time to finally have some fun. If you've got any plans for fun, let me know.
What do you mean by fun? Because my definition of fun is very different than most people's definitions of fun.
And she does laugh at that. I spent so long trying to stay out of politics to keep my home afloat, and now that I'm getting my home back, find myself more okay with getting my hands dirty to protect it. Especially if someone like her tries to hold it over someone I love.
Well, getting my hands dirty is pretty much the only thing I'm good at this point. So, say the word.
I'll support you in what happens.
We'll finish the dance and then I guess I'll look around for somebody else to dance with.
Oh, no.
Doing the John Travolta, like...
Aislin's gonna sweep in.
Oh! Is Aislinn coming to me, or is she coming to me?
To Lyral.
Okay.
Okay.
If you're okay with that, Aislinn.
Oh, absolutely. Will you dance, friend? And she'll give like a huge swooping curtsy. And as she does that, just flowers in everyone's face. Naturally from the dress and magically from her.
Just a flower just hits Lyral in the face, like... You look stunning, my friend.
Oh, thank you, Muff. And she'll kind of go like, I imagine she blushes green. She'll just blush a very kind of like sweet green. And I'll take your hand.
I feel like we haven't really had time to see each other much during this week.
We have not. You were supposed to tell me about everything that happens in the mortal plane.
Well,
because I need to...
Yes.
Well, settle this for me.
Okay.
Is it dirty? Because I'm not sure anymore.
That depends. Do you like dirty?
Well, I fancy it a little bit, but I'm not sure everyone else does.
I mean, as you can see, I'm not wearing shoes. I know how much that was.
Well, then I
impressive.
feel better.
No,
I feel better.
No, there is quite a bit that is dirty about the mortal plane. But there's a lot of extra bits that are not necessary.
Oh. Yeah. Is it fun, at least?
There are parts of it that are fun. But there's a beautiful dance to it all, that it is not all fun and all whimsy. There is seriousness, and there is emotion, and there is pain. And the low points accentuate the high points, and vice versa.
She'll kind of take that in, because that's kind of over her emotional IQ. So will I like to go? Will you go back? Will you take me if you go back?
Absolutely. You are more than welcome to visit at any point you'd like. I would like to ask you a question, though. It seems that you and your friend Fitz have been getting fairly close. What's going on there?
Well, Fitz is... Between you and me, Fitz and I are just friends. But who doesn't occasionally kiss their friends every once in a while? Do you know what I mean?
Oh.
It's part of where we are. But Fitz is not... Well, Fitz is lovely, and I like Fitz a lot. But Fitz is not is not like big on commitment. Because, you know, well, I mean, he eats toes. And I like that, but not everyone likes that. And, you know, he likes a lot of people, and I like a lot of people. So it's sort of like open. Mm-hmm. But I like Fitz plenty. Fitz is actually my friend. Fitz is one of my true friends. And I feel like it can be difficult. I have a new sister now. Did you hear? Were you there? 40 minutes ago.
It was the day before.
Yeah. Yes.
That's true.
Yes,
That's
I was there for that. I did see that.
So I'm hoping that will get me some more friends.
Yeah.
Which is why I was so glad when you came back.
Yeah. Well.
And look at you. You're all furry.
Yes. This is something a little bit newer to me.
Well, I'm simply inspired because, and she'll kind of look around, and kind of start to lead Lyral into a darker corner of the room. And we'll go, so are people allowed to call you Dorian now? If you're like this, or should I still call you Lyral?
You can call me whatever you like.
I want to know what you like to be called, because that's what I would most like to call you.
Dorian was a name that was taken away from me a long time ago. But Lyral was a gift given to me. So perhaps Lyral.
Lyral it is. Can I tell you a secret?
Absolutely.
But you have to promise not to tell. Maybe not promise, but...
I will I will use it at my own discretion. For fun.
Okay, well, as long as it's for fun. Plus, like, I guess who would you tell? But, because you can be Wolfie at a big dance like this, and I think that's rather nice because, and she'll kind of reach out an arm to you to kind of show like the kind of like spread of the sleeves of her gown, and she allows the green to go out of her skin, and it goes kind of like a pale white, and it goes all the way up her arm and kind of traces up to part of her face to where half of her face goes white, including like the eyeballs. And she goes, I don't know if I can tell anyone, but I've been, okay, watch this. I promise not to slap you on the wrist. And she slaps your wrist. And
What the fuck?
For a second, because in the dark, yeah, it radiates. She's not shy. But nothing happens. And she goes, I can do it again, but that's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Are you not Faye?
And she half listens as if like she hasn't thought about it quite like that before. But she goes, I actually don't know. But I love my daddykins. I love him, and he loves me, and I want to have a sister, but just in case I don't, and it's almost as if the more she kind of talks about it, the more it seems like she's about to cry. Is that I don't know if but if anyone else finds out, I don't know if they're gonna let me be here anymore.
Lyra's gonna take her into a very close hug. Aislinn, they've kept you here this long. I don't think anybody would throw you out at this point. You're too much of a centerpiece to the whole thing. But regardless, you're always welcome at my home.
Thank you, Lyle. It'll be a while before we have a proper party because everyone thinks that we give them drugs, and we do a little bit. We do that, but
well, you know,
that doesn't mean it's not fun.
Doesn't hurt because I do drugs regularly, so that's not a bad thing in my book.
Well, I'm glad the mortal plane hasn't changed you for the worse.
Well, more drugs have gone into my system because of the mortal plane, but that's neither here nor there.
Maybe that's because you didn't have to ride drugs.
Maybe.
We're talking a lot about drugs at a wedding. So.
I mean, what else do you talk about at a wedding? A wedding.
That's true. A wedding. I can't do it no more. But thank you, Lionel.
I'd like to pull out a little vial of a Fey wine. Just like, give it a shot.
Absolutely. She'll absolutely go for it.
Oh, please roll me a D100.
Great. I'm rolling on a new surface. 46.
Okay. Steam pours from your ears with an accompanying whistling noise.
I think she can't help but giggle. And I think we'll after the dance is done or concluded, we'll kind of like probably run back to her dad in very much like I feel like she hasn't lost aspects of her like very early childhood, so it's very much like, look, like kind of tugging on his sleeve, like, Daddy, look! And while the steam is just kind of like Sweeney Todd levels of
you see like every like other second Lyrel's ear is like
but before running to kind of show off to her dad, we'll give you like a quick kiss on the cheek and then run back to her dad.
Aimless and sorry.
I'll just go back to doing this move.
Aimless and Reynald, what are you two doing?
Do tell.
As of right now, you two don't know about the plan against the matriarch.
Right.
And I think you are the only two that don't.
Yeah. But I think at this point, I've definitely been like, because obviously we've been calling the queen a bitch, but also as we've been like flirting and talking and dancing, I think I've noticed that Lyril has been going around, and I've noticed him making his rounds. I think I want to maybe steal a dance with my brother for a second, if that's okay with you. Unless you wanted to say something before I do that.
Who, me
I
or?
see that.
Oh,
Right on.
I
Yeah.
was like,
I don't just leave.
Darling, I see a twinkle in your eye. Something is being conjured like a cauldron. I feel like you are planning something. What is
I don't know if I'm planning something yet, but spending a century or two with my brother, I've started to be able to read the air when I can tell his chaos has peaked.
Well, that's really quite lovely.
I would like to steal a dance with him for a minute and see if something is actually going on, if that's all right with you.
If something is going on, and you need my help, please just shoot me a look. You're the only reason I came here anyway. I don't like being inside, so to speak.
Well, thank you. And I say thank you. Thank you, I appreciate that. I'll make sure to come back to you as I'm like tripping over my words. And then I want to, if it's okay, I want to kiss you and then go.
Of course. And as you walk away, I will grab your hand, like tips of like a couple knuckles, you know, and just don't forget. You are
Never. Oh. Yeah, that. I won't forget that either.
I didn't catch
And-
that, honestly.
to the Feywild. I go.
Great. And this is exactly what Aimlith would do. This isn't just me. Cool. And then I head over to my brother.
You'll-
Dance over to my brother.
You'll aimlessly wander over.
He's across the floor is fantastic.
Jeez.
Just
the
the
b-boy?
most.
His floor work. Oh my goodness.
I can't remember if you two spoke outside of the letter you sent over last session, or if this is the first time you've spoken since Aimlith didn't come home the night before.
No, we did
We did.
speak at the
Okay.
beginning of the dance.
That's right.
Aw. Yeah, hi.
Are you doing it? Your complexion makes you look a little bit more like you're falling into autumn.
I think I might be. Maybe not immediately, but we'll see how the rest of the day goes.
All right. How are you doing? How's the dance
I'm-
treating you?
Thoroughly enjoying myself, but I couldn't help but notice you've been making your rounds, and your ears are twitching.
Well, the ears are twitching because Aislinn is a teapot.
And you can hear it now. As she's
Oh,
like,
right.
Desi!
Right, of course.
No, but the matriarch might be a hag. No, not might be, is a hag. So that may be something to be prepared for. But other than that, I'm just accepting whatever dances come my way.
Been a while since we've fought someone. I'm ready.
Of course. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what the plan is. I'm kind of just along for the ride on this one.
Well, if I know one thing about you and me, is that it probably won't even matter if we have a plan, because it's gonna fall apart no matter
Oh, of
what,
course.
and we're just gonna start punching people and throwing lightning bolts.
Oh, of course. I mean, that was my original plan to begin with.
Yeah. You just say the word. I'll follow your lead.
Okay, well, I have to get the word from somebody else, so I'll, like, telephone it over to you.
Great. Love this. You're an excellent dancer, by the way. We've never danced before.
You know, it's not something I really talk about a lot, but, you know, the lady did actually make me practice with her once or twice.
Yeah, you. In how many centuries? You've literally never told me that, so thanks.
Well, you know, she was a bitch, so we're not really gonna talk about that.
Well, so are we, so.
That's, yeah. Well, I don't want to keep you from your lovely person. Fox?
Yes.
Individual. Have fun.
You too. And then I kind of want to just, like, sashay back on over to the other side of the ballroom.
Damn, his floor work is incredible. What were those druids teaching him? Ballet? Yeah, and then I'll go get a drink, I guess, while still doing this thing.
Alright, what are the rest of you doing? We haven't heard from Lilith, Apricity, and Rao yet.
Oh, look, a drink.
Instead of Regency, I feel like we've gone full Knight's Tale right now, where it starts like medieval and turns into Bowie, because that feels very close to me.
Love that movie so much.
So good.
Apricity is not dancing with anyone right now, but she is watching the spinning couples on the floor, and much like Aimlith, is aware that shit's happening. So she'll probably, if it's okay with Aimlith, as Aimlith heads back to Lord Reynard, she will step in and ask Aimlith for a dance.
Absolutely.
Ooh.
Hello. It's been a while since we've spoken.
Hi, yes, I got your letter, and I wanted to thank you in person for it. First, I feel like you probably feel this way, so I'm just gonna say it out loud, and I have had a glass of Feyning, so we're gonna ignore any rambling that I do, but, Lilith needs help. And...
No context.
And I'm hoping...
He does. The opposite of rambling.
I'm hoping
Straight-
you can help her too with me, because you seem very capable and you've been through a lot more than I think I've been through, surprisingly. So Lilith just needs our help to leave her current employer. I don't know what her plan is. I don't know. I don't have a plan. I'm just... You seem like a good ally. And I twirl Aimlith out and then twirl them back in.
And I'm living for this. Well, actually, it's funny that you intercepted me when you did, because I was just speaking to my brother, and it turns out Lilith's employer is a night hag. So, we might already have that ball rolling, if you're willing to fight.
Thank you, Woody,
Well, I
for all
am-
those subs.
I am wearing my fighting gown, so sure. Okay. Well, I don't know if we want to. Oh, okay, hold on. I'm letting go of the making sure that these events work well, because it doesn't matter anymore, because the wedding's not going to happen. A night hag is dangerous. Are we sure this is when and where we want to do this thing? I guess it's up to Lilith. We go off of her and what she needs and wants.
I definitely think that's the smart thing, since Lilith is the closest to her, is to get a gauge on if this is the right time, or if we, drop down on her later.
Well done, Roger.
Other than that, I wanted to say that regardless of how things went down, I really do want you to be my friend. If you want that.
I would love to be your friend, and after what I saw happen yesterday, it seems like if you would be willing, I mean, I'm sure I'll talk to my family, but there's always room for more stars.
I've been hearing that a lot lately. Do you want a dish on Lord Renaud? Tell me everything.
Yeah, he's like, for being incredibly flirtatious, he's actually incredibly respectful, and I'm thoroughly enjoying myself.
Okay. Have they asked you to be... Because there's a rumor going around that Lord Renaud's looking for a consort. Have they asked you? Do you want that?
Yeah. That'd be nice.
I dip Aimleth.
A little bit of the pinkish hue from my spring alignment kind of like comes back into my face when you do that.
Aimleth, how are the flowers in your hair? I know you said most of them fell out the night before.
I think there are like fresh green like buds, but they're like growing back, but they haven't bloomed yet.
Well, it's been a while since I've thrown a party, but perhaps maybe we'll have to throw a party where some of the members of the summer court are invited.
I think that could be wonderful. And maybe there's a few more weddings in the future once everyone gets their shit figured out and we can get this nasty, nasty woman out of the way.
Okay. Well, I'll let you go. And I like wave over Lord Renaud to come cut in. I'll let you two handsome devils dance the rest of this dance. And she curtsies low and then excuses herself to go
Right.
keep her eyes on Lilith and the chaos that is over there.
Lovely.
As I pass Apricity to go cut in, I will go for a little bit more superfluous, like kiss on the cheek, but actually whisper in her ear. I did mean what I said about being friends, and how that responsibility is not something I take lightly. So if there is something amiss in whatever court, I think friendship transcends that. Don't be afraid to ask.
She gives Lord Renaud's hand a double squeeze and then leans back over to Aimleth. Perhaps you should inform the Fox Lord of what's going on as well.
You read my mind.
And then she gives Lord Renaud a wink and dances away. Just like that.
You gotta wink with the back,
Electricity
with the
can't
back eye.
wink. It's just
Apricity was blinking at me very vigorously.
Yeah, I noticed that too. And I think I know why.
She has something in her eye.
She definitely does. It's a secret. And then as I come back into you, and we continue to waltz and spin or whatever it is that we're doing at this point, I am gathering from multiple sources. I think it's actually coming together pretty quickly and organically, shockingly, since the rest of all of this has been chaos. But the matriarch is a knight, and I'm like looking around, like not being as nearly as covert as I think I am, and I say, and Lilith might be the one that we have to take our cue off of to help her, because she's the one that knows exactly the right time.
Bridges and Brigands is raiding with a party of 8.
Thank you, Raiders.
Thank you, Raiders.
Hello, Raiders.
It's the friendliest raiders I've ever seen.
Get in here, Raiders. We appreciate your presence.
Aimleth, darling, is there something specific that you need from me in this context? Do you want me to go talk to Lilith? Do you want me to go dance with the disguised queen?
I would say intercept Lilith at your earliest convenience.
Well, it is not convenient now. And I'll just stroke your hair, and the ones that you mentioned earlier that I'll just kind of druid craft one to bloom.
Ugh.
Well, take your time. There's no rush.
That is like the same level as the Darcy hand flex. Like, this is where we're at right now.
Yeah. Is my AC actually fixed?
What's Zareth up to right now?
I think he's still dancing with Mother Dearest at the moment, just to make sure that like everyone can get a looky-loo. And might bait conversation asking what Lyril wanted when they danced.
Being mortal, as always, trying to be direct, he has no appreciation for the game and how we do things here.
I have learned this firsthand. Anything useful that we've learned, though?
No, you seem to think he's dangerous. Should you keep an eye on him? Should you find a way to make his danger less?
I'll talk to him.
See what secrets we can get on him.
I'll see what can be done. And I'll spin her out towards the stairs so that she doesn't have to mingle with people she doesn't want to mingle with.
Oh, she's going straight back up to like lurking.
Oh, okay, never mind. Nope, should have caught that. And I think instead of asking Lyril to dance, we'll kind of sidle up next to him. And kind of assuming the same position. And I think we'll start kind of like
We're doing
like the dancing in place. Yeah. We get trapped in a fey conga line. Of all the parties, I think I would rate this the second of 5 events. How do you feel?
I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what the scale you're talking about is. Of
all the events that have happened this week.
Oh,
I rate
okay.
this second.
No, the way that you had brought that up, it was like, of all of the events, this one is 2 of 5, and I was like,
This is 2 of 5. You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Sorry, this is the first conversation we've had since you called me a meddling shit fuck, I believe is what you used.
You remembered.
Oh yes, quite well.
Well, I received your letter, and I'm covering my own ass by talking to you. But I did want to talk to you, also. I wanted to inquire about... I've wanted to ask for a long time about your people. You're the figurehead for the people who left now, right? The survivors?
In a way, yes. The survivors left with our grandfather and scattered a bit, and since then we've been gathering back together again.
I'm glad you told me about your brother. And as simple as this might seem for me to say, I understand. And I'm grateful for... In my line of work, it would be tit for tat, secret for secret.
Mm-hmm.
But for someone who delights in honesty, and from someone now who has benefited greatly from honesty, though I shudder to admit it, I was grateful for what you told me. I want you to know from the beginning, I respected you before I met you. We're practically family. And the reputation of your leadership precedes you. My cousin would not have invited you if she didn't think you could unite a people. Or at best, no, unite a people.
Tear everything down
Stitch together a family. Well, I mean, you do. There will be time to learn how things can proceed here, but it is. If all goes as I believe things are hoped for by the end of the day, things will be different. And my cousin invited you because she knew things would be different. And I want you to know that I still respect you. You lead a people, and for all the rash decisions you may have made, your people respect you because you care about them. And that is one of the best aspects that a leader can have. That's why I adore my cousin above most beings at all. She's not a politician, but she cares for the people that she loves. And you'll find no one, and I'll kind of glance fleetingly at Queen Mab, within reason, who doesn't respect her for it. I would see her not only happy, but I would see her rule alone. She's done it thus far, and I would see her rule alone with a reunited family. I want to help you have your brother find a home. And I want you to feel like you have one, if you need one as well. I have a vested interest in your people coming back, personally, and would like to see it done, if they wish.
Yes.
I had not...
Yes. Ultimately, I would like to just pose the opportunity to them. I don't like to consider myself a leader as much as, I guess, the one who signs the papers at the end of the day, I guess.
Lyril, you feel another thread reconnect.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but often the best leaders are the ones who don't wish to be one. It means they're not quite worried about what people think.
Well, that is a double-edged sword, I think.
Sure, and you've experienced your fair share
Oh,
of
yes,
both.
very much so. I would like to share something with you that I have learned. Your employer is a night hag.
So you got to look first.
I did do a little looky-loo, yes.
Did Lilith look?
No, she handed it to me and made me do it. So
We'll stop himself from fully saying "son of a bitch." It's fine.
I'm just going with the flow on this one, honestly.
For what my 2 cents is worth, if she's threatened, I often compare her to a spider. And if you kill a pregnant spider, all of her children hatch. She is sitting on the foundational secrets of this entire court. It's how she got to where she is.
So then what do you suggest?
I believe the secrets are inevitable.
Mm-hmm.
I say let's start with public shame. I say spread the word. Make as many people know the truth as possible. And then, if the consequences become dire,
Well, let me further ask, do you want me to spread it subversively or overtly?
Ooh, subversively is much more fun.
Have you tried overtly? Because that's also very fun.
There may be a time for both.
Well, I was thinking, let's make an event of it. We're going to share our secrets and see what happens.
I could possibly see my way through that.
Best to rip the Band-Aid off, I suppose.
Possibly. She won't expect her own methods being used against her, though. I think there's room for both.
Well,
I think there's room for both.
I think what might be best is for it to come from someone that she trusts.
I think he will kind of like, he'll meet your gaze, but then definitely go inside himself, and you'll hear like, oh, yes, well, I don't like being handed things or doing things. I could make an exception.
Would you like me to do it? It won't have the same effect, but I think, it'll have a nice bit of poetry to it if it comes from a place she doesn't expect it.
I think you're right. I don't like it, but I think you're right. I'll confer with Lilith.
Of course.
Because if one secret comes out, they all come out. That's what I fear the most. And I'm ready. I'm ready now.
I think
I
the sooner you rip off that Band-Aid, the sooner you get the life you wanted.
That would be very nice, wouldn't it?
Doesn't mean that there's not a lot of pain in between those moments.
Certainly. And I think the best thing I could possibly say for both of us right now is that I believe we could help one another compromise in a very helpful way.
Mm-hmm.
A signal, then.
The signal.
It'll be very obvious, obviously.
Okay. And what would you like me to do at that signal? You can't just say, hey, here's a signal.
There might be a way to be rid of her without bloodshed. In my honest opinion, if she's shamed in this society and if she's removed as a punishment, potentially to be banished to an outer plane, as long as she's not able to come back, now that we know who she is.
Well, yes, but we're also talking about a shapeshifter.
True.
It may just take more time, but she can eventually weasel her way back in.
That's true. Well, the truth first, then consequences later.
Of course.
You've protected a nation. I would say protect the family you have now.
Of course.
If it comes to it.
And if I can be so bold, where does Zapricity fit into that family?
Oh, we'll have to ask her about that.
Oh no, I mean from your perspective.
Oh, from my perspective, like how do I feel about the lady?
Yes, of course. I did go through quite a bit of trouble with all of that.
Did.
And you said some very mean things.
I did. When you caught me, I didn't know. I didn't know who I could trust.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a position I don't often find myself in. But when it came to the people who mattered, I didn't know if I could trust her for centuries.
Mm-hmm.
And I do now. I never stopped. You can never truly stop loving someone.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't go away. And she's the most important thing to me now. She never really wasn't, but we need people in our lives to remind us of who we are.
Mm-hmm.
And she did that for me. And I hope, if not only because we're cousins, I can give some of that to you.
Of course. I will do
Also,
what I
her
can.
mom wants to kill me. Her mom definitely wants to kill. Well, she wants to kill Rao. So as long as we're here,
Okay.
we're fine.
Okay.
But when inevitably things go down,
Well, I feel like I wouldn't be out of breaking any bonds if, we discover, oh, here's Rao, and then she's trying to attack you. Oh, well, I'm just protecting my family. I'm not really causing a conflict in that situation.
I would quite agree. In fact, I would say that you're resolving conflict quite well.
Yes. Well, wonderful. Then I suppose I'll go speak with the Pricity, see if there's any other things I need to know, and then I will await the signal. Whatever that signal is. To do whatever it is that you wanted me to do that you
His
didn't
finger
really...
guns.
You didn't really tell me.
I believe, well, the scene will start one way or another, and that will likely be the signal.
Perfect.
I'll leave you to it.
Lyra will extend a hand out and says, "Thank you, cousin."
A clasp it.
Clasp,
And-
strength and honor.
A clasp of friends.
Friendship!
And before you go, he'll ask you, remind me to give you a letter before this is all over. I don't know if you've decided to go home or not, but there's someone I wish to speak with who is among your number, and I'd like you to deliver something for me if you can.
Absolutely. And then I'll make...
Assuming, I'll kind of like back out a little too loudly, being like, assuming we make it out of this.
I'll do this over to a Pricity, I guess.
Apricity is at where the Feyning is with Aislinn, and they're drinking.
Sisters.
I'm gonna wait a second to see if like anything explodes before, like when they take a sip before I walk over.
Let's see. This is a fun one. Aislinn falls asleep.
Okay.
If Fitz wanders over and kisses you, you will wake up.
Aww.
Oh.
Fitz is like in the other, just like, my moments. All of her toes, they are left unattended.
Apricity, you're going to repeat everything that someone near you says for the next 2 minutes.
Oh boy.
Oh no. Okay.
All right.
Get ready for some sparkling conversation.
Lyra's not gonna like go immediately to you to just like talk to you. He's just kind of like gonna be in the space, waiting for you to make the move. Apricity.
Apricity's had a couple glasses of wine at this point. Would you like to dance with me?
Sure?
Sure.
Yes.
Yes. Sorry. Let's go. Let's dance.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you nervous right now, or am I the one who's, like, overthinking this?
Are you nervous right now, or am I the one who's overthinking this? No, I'm not nervous at all. I'm just a little tipsy, which probably isn't the best thing to do in this situation, but I finally feel like I'm not stressed anymore. My heart isn't broken anymore. And she, like, grabs your cheeks a little bit and just whispers, "Thank you."
In the midst of this, Laurel, you feel yet another thread reconnect.
Did something change?
Did something change with what? Did something change?
With you and Zareth?
With me and Zareth. Yes. Zareth is great. He's lovely, and I have you and Aimlith to thank for giving us the push we needed. That's all I can say right now. If you know what I mean, and I wink again.
So, I know what's going on, but at the same time, the way that you're framing this feels like I'm about to walk into a trap.
Oh no traps. I know that you know what's going on in the way that I'm framing it. It sounds like you're walking into a trap, but there's no traps. It's just, there's still, the walls have ears.
Is that why you're repeating everything I say?
No, I think that's the Fey wine. It's starting to wear off. Don't worry. Just give it a couple minutes. That's why I'm repeating everything you're saying.
Okay.
Okay.
Helps a lot.
Yeah, I know. That helps a lot for me. Yeah. Maybe I should lay off the Fey wine. Lilith mentioned that recently, and learning that I'm from the Spring Court, it kind of makes sense why I've always used this as a coping mechanism. Mm-hmm. Ooh. What's going on with you? I actually had something I wanted to talk to you about. Oh, Lilith.
I was just gonna, like, open up a little notebook he has and just write out so you don't have to repeat what he's saying. Yes, what about Lilith?
Yes, what about Lilith? She is,
Oh, that didn't work.
It's
Closes the book, throws it.
It's starting to wear off now.
Good.
It's like, son of a bitch.
I will commit to this bit.
Now you're just doing it on purpose.
Never had a drop of Fey wine. It's all an act. I see that you know what's going on. You were just talking with Zareth. Have plans been made? Has Lilith said anything? I don't want to pressure her. I don't want to overwhelm her. I also don't think violence necessarily is the best course of action, because if the matriarch is who she says she is, or that we've learned she is, that's a dangerous road to go down. They don't take kindly to that kind of conflict.
Yes.
We definitely hold our reputation and our social currency to a lot higher esteem than we do our physical or magical prowess, if that makes sense.
Right. I think, from what I've discussed with Zareth, we are going for a move to wipe the slate clean. Meaning everything's going to come out so that no one has anything on anyone else. And it's going to suck, and it's going to hurt. But in the end, she won't have power over you.
Okay.
And Zareth is most likely going to start us off. And then give me a signal of something. He was very vague about... No, that's just him being drunk. I'm here to support you. I'm here to protect him from Mab. And we'll see where things go.
And she brings her hand up to kind of cup your face. I'm not going to kiss you. Don't be weird.
I wasn't expecting it, but...
Thank you. And she kind of like boops you on the nose a little bit. Now, dance with me until the shit goes down.
Dance with me! Yeah.
Until the shit goes
Until
down.
the shit... That's the new Panic at the Disco song.
Yes.
Dance with me until the shit goes down.
Can I would like to work my way over to Lilith, but catch Aimlith and Reynard as I go. Like, en route. Kind of like, mid, like, and then, like, kind of work my way into what is now a threesome.
We are laughing! Ha ha ha!
It was best day ever.
In the background, you see Fitz trying to work up the nerve to go over to Aislinn and be like,
Oh.
no.
And he'll, kind of, gentlemen, how goes the dance?
I'm having the best time. I've seen you making your rounds. I would say this is the most exciting event we've had this week.
I would have to agree. I would have to agree with you. And,
It's the air of potential subterfuge that really gives it the extra spice that it needed.
subterfuge. Does that mean that word has gotten round?
Oh, have you not seen everybody trading dance partners?
No, I'm afraid. Well, the way I intended this to trickle down did not happen at all. The results wound up about the same, and I'm on my way to make sure that happens. But as long as everyone sort of knows, anyway, has what you came here for changed, or do you still wish to stay?
I don't feel like this is my permanent home. I do love it here, and I love the time that I've spent here. But depending on what happens, I don't know if this will be a safe place for me to stay until the events unfolding are fully wrapped up. But I would like to stay as long as I'm welcome. I do have some other obligations in the mortal plane that I will have to take time for, but...
Certainly. Do you think some of them would enjoy being back?
I'm sorry, you cut out. What did you say?
Oh, sorry. I said, do you think some of them would enjoy coming back if they were able?
Some of...
Your people. The survivors of the court.
Well, aside my brother and our sisters, we haven't really found many other survivors, but I think they might be interested.
I may inquire of your help to find a particular survivor when all this is said and done.
Absolutely. I've spent many years tracking down different survivors.
That's encouraging to me. I'll look over to Reynard, give kind of like an extra. He's been included the entire time, but give like another kind of like nod and say, and do you think he'll be welcome, Foxy?
Of course. Absolutely. I have truly had the best time at this event. And I thought I was just going to run a hunt. But I feel like I've been caught. It's a good feeling. And, Zareth, may I ask you a question?
Of course.
When we first met, not long ago,
I remember it like it was yesterday.
you seemed to have such gravity about you, like the weight of 2 souls on your shoulder. And today, it's very different. Light as a feather, really. Did you find something, or did you lose something?
I'd like to be cool and say both. But I think
You
it
can be
was.
cool.
No, it has to. If I say it, it automatically ruins it. You are perceptive as ever, Lord Reynard. I gained a great many things. I gained. I feel like cheesy as it may sound, I feel like I got myself back yesterday. And what am I saying? I have you to thank for that, Foxy. You let the lady win.
Oh, the lady let the lady win.
That's true.
First
I don't
of
know why. Yeah, I don't know why I perish the thought. That's true. Please don't tell her I even mentioned that to you.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Zareth, look around. We are in a beautiful place, and everyone is wearing masks. But what really tells the story is their body, is how every muscle moves. You can see people dancing, but they're not really dancing with each other. They're waiting to leave, they're turning their body, they're not leading, they're not following. I don't know why, but I feel like I should tell you this. That which can be destroyed by the truth deserves to get destroyed by the truth. And if that means courts on a foundation of deception, I think you will appreciate what I have to say about Apricity. My interaction that she ushered into the other day. Think about the courts for a second. Dusk, dawn, night, stars, spring, summer, autumn, winter, nature. They do not exist in a vacuum, in a void, by themselves. One leads to the other. They cannot survive without each other. Maybe the original intent was to have family companionship. But I think what I'm recognizing in all these conversations is that division is inevitable when you divide nature. Fae, love. What is it for? I think what you, Aimleth, Lyral, Lilith, Apricity, What you are all doing is giving nature a chance. Rush toward it. And to answer your question, that is always welcome where I am. And just kind of cup your face.
Yes.
Now kiss.
And I think
They make out. It's just
I mean,
Why are they not going together?
oh my god, just yeah. Oh my god, just kiss. No, I think as you're cupping his face, he'll put a hand on your shoulder and say, "You, Lord Reynard, you would have loved my father. No one has spoken to me like that since him. I'd like you, if it's all the same, I'd like you to call me Rao of the Court of Stars. And you simply must come out and join us on our telescope camping trips. I don't know if Aim has told you about the telescope, but it's really cool. And you would be a most welcome on those trips at night. I enjoy hearing you speak about the world. And you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And I'm hoping by day's end that the truth will give us a new beginning. I think you're incredibly well suited for it. It's good to know that I'm not crazy to think that it might be able to happen. But thank you, truly.
I think it's good to feel crazy in a room full of deception.
That's true. That is true.
Do what you gotta do. I've got it then.
Oh wait, finger guns, the symbol.
Yeah, you know, if you ever want to come camping with us at night under the stars together, just the three of us, just let us know.
We only have one tent and two
one sleeping
horses.
bag.
My favorite trope.
Someone's gonna have to teach you how to use the telescope properly.
And not the way you think.
There's no telescope here.
Lilith, there's been a lot of talking about you. I want to use my monologue token to know what's going on in your head as you see all of your friends in and out having conversations.
So I'd like to imagine that Lilith has just been standing in a corner, just like staring daggers at the matriarch, and like her fists are clenched, like she's probably making her palms bleed with what she is feeling right now. And she's just like in this billowing cloud of smoke that's been coming off of her hair, but because she hasn't moved, she's just covered in all this smoke. She is basically seeing red at this point, and she's like this close to just like running at the matriarch and doing something stupid. So she's like ready to snap.
Zareth Rao, you said you were on your way to Lilith.
Pick a name.
What do we
Oh my
call
god, pick a
you?
name and then kiss. I think oh gosh. I think he'll very slowly walk into the smoke because I think he knew this was gonna be hard anyway. Sort of like and I think he'll start and then run to the table and grab some Fey wine and come back and kind of like walk in with a glass at a la I come in peace. And we'll go, if you don't mind my saying so, you look as though you're about to do something stupid.
Well, you would be correct. I've seen all of you walking around, whispering. I can only assume you're talking about me. So?
Well, I mean, not just about you, Lilith. Not. We talk about other things too. I mean, yes, you're very important, but it's not. I'm sorry. Yes, we are talking about you, but it's because we need. It's because we need you. Did you get a look?
I did. And it only confirmed what I felt I already knew in my heart. But there's something you should know. I made a promise as part of my punishment. I can't touch her. I don't know.
But I can.
I know about 5 people who are willing to throw hands as we speak. Are you ready for people to know the truth? All of it.
I'm ready. I want it to be done. Honestly, I never want to set foot in this room again.
I'm sure we can find a way to burn it all down, if that would make you feel better. Did you look at me?
I haven't. I don't think I need to.
Are you sure?
I mean, if you want me to, I will, but it won't change anything. I've already forgiven you. And I know where my... Look at you, making me... You're flustering me. I don't like it.
If it helps, you can blame Apricity. 1, because she can take it, and 2, because she's been flustering me for the last 6 days. And you can tell it's really uncomfortable for Zareth, but he's gonna be like, I mean, it's okay to cry if you need to cry. I've been crying, but you can tell it's not coming very naturally to him.
It's the broom there meme.
Maybe we save the crying for after we burn it to the ground.
Where would you like to start?
Well, what's the general consensus?
The truth. Be hard
And
to
how-
ignore if everyone knows it.
Well, it wouldn't be a night court party without a little bit of bloodshed. I can see the appeal. Where do we go from here?
We will. I don't mean to put pressure on you, but we can absolutely. we can. I'd like to go off your mark. Can I ask a question? Do I notice the cuff on, or would I notice the cuff on her ankle?
I think you would know.
Did that get you, Connor?
I think he'll ask about it. I think he'll be like, "Why just one?"
Oh, that old thing? I mean, it's a symbol. It's a reminder. It's also keeping me from being my true self. I mean, I don't know. Matriarch has a thing for the theatrics, I suppose, but the damn thing won't come off, and hence why I look like this.
Well, give yourself some credit. You look great.
Well, okay, fine. Thank you. I'll take the compliment.
Yes, thank you. Is she the only one who can take it off?
I don't know. I would assume. So, I do have a favor, but I don't exactly know how to phrase it or go about it.
You've been forced into the public speaking aisle before. I think you'll do great.
I don't think it went well the first time.
I unfortunately have to agree with you, but I do truly believe in you. And you'll have people to help.
And
I
as
only-
he says that, Lilith, you notice Lyril, Aimleth and Renaud, Prisity, and even Maeve looking your direction.
Guys, stop looking at me.
Meanwhile, oh god, I forgot his name. Fitz.
Fitz?
Finally's like, all right. And he goes over to Aislinn and wakes her up in the romantic way with a kiss. But then he's like, all right, I'm out. And he like dives over a table, Chris Pratt style, in Parks and Rec.
I fell asleep. Why did I fall asleep? Kind of with the glass. Why did I fall asleep? Oh well. And we'll go to pour herself another. We'll like look around for a minute. And look, okay, and go pour herself another glass.
All right, Lilith, did you have anything else you wanted to say?
I think that we should all convene.
Group dance.
I think this party is about to get interesting.
We all
And
walk into the
with
center and
that-
just do this.
With that, this party will get interesting. We will go to break.
Alrighty, well, we
Come
will-
back in 10 minutes as we take down the matriarch.
10 minutes where we end the game somehow. Where's my intermission
We're
scene?
gonna
There it
figure
is.
it out.
We're gonna
Die trying.
figure it out. All right.
Me.
We'll see you guys in 10 minutes. Bye.
Click, clack, roll to
Surprise, we're back early. Just too much face-itement.
I hope you're done peeing. No, I don't care.
I can't.
Wait,
Wait,
send that-
I'm never done peeing.
That's my secret cap.
I'm always peeing.
It's a problem, okay?
So hydrated. Anyway,
It's
so
a gift
Lilith
and a
has
curse.
asked that everyone convenes for a discussion.
We do one of those dances where it's like palm to palm, and we're like,
Yeah.
Before it convenes, can I just mention? I'm just gonna, and if this helps to flip it on the, we didn't talk about it at all, but it helps to flip it on the stream. I'll look at Lilith as people are starting to convene and say, you can call me Rao from now on. Rao of the Stars Court. And I can call you whatever you wish me to call you.
I had a name, but I don't think I'm that girl anymore, so you can just call me Lilith.
I'm not that girl.
And I will endeavor to not be as mean as I have been in the past. Just, I feel like I owe you more than that, but not as much sass from now on. Rao is not a sassy individual.
All right, let's. I'm gonna sloppily slam your new frame over.
I've got a frame if you need me to send it to you.
No, I know. I just grabbed it.
Okay.
Apricity walks
I'm
up right
working
when
on
Ralph
it.
said, or Zara said that they were mean to Lilith. It goes, "You were mean to Lilith?
Unbelievable.
mean?
Yeah, well, I mean, not me. Okay, no, I don't have an out here. I'm just gonna sit here and take it.
Yeah, it's not working. Keep saying words.
Lord.
I'm here. I'm doing things. Whatever you kids are doing.
Aimless and Reynald, do y'all join the conference?
absolutely.
We make it a group dance.
And I'm there too.
Those English country dances.
I'll say Maeve comes up with Lyral to make it a little less weird that Maeve is like hanging out with this particular group. It's almost like she'll let like Lyral like grab her into this weird group dance.
Don't mind the weird shit that's happening on the screen, everybody.
Everyone close your eyes for 2 minutes.
Close your eyes. I suck at this.
Lilith?
Apricity, I think that I know what you know, and we all know. I think you know. You know?
Nailed it.
Not anymore. No.
No, I was.
Not gonna lie, you
trying
had me
to
in the
be-
first half.
I was trying to be funny. You know, the new me doesn't. I don't.
No,
We'll
no,
work
you
on the
should
humor.
do that more. No, it's good.
Oh, no.
Good.
Yeah. Keep trying. Eventually it'll feel normal. It'll feel natural.
Okay.
Rao and the Prince are gonna be your biggest cheerleaders from this point on.
We have centuries, you know, to work on
Yeah.
that.
Exactly.
Thank you. Well, she
All right.
Lilith,
Is-
it's nice to formally meet you.
Oh,
Maeve will
Oh.
say as she and Lyral walk up.
hello. Princess Maeve.
Please, just Maeve.
Oh,
And if it hasn't been said yet, once all of this is over, if you need a new place to call home, you're always welcome.
Yeah, I did kind of volunteer you for that. I look at Maeve.
Good. I wouldn't have it any other way.
you have no idea how much that means to me. So, thank you.
Well, we are all here for whatever you need.
Reynald, you finally get a chance to meet Lilith face to face.
The D20 gang is now following.
I will. I will walk up, past Apricity, and give a kind of loving gesture toward Apricity with a saucer and teacup of, I brought you some honey tea. My own creation. I noticed when I passed you by, you were a little tipsy.
Yes, I know, but it's a party. We're having fun. I know it's serious, but yes, thank you for the tea.
Of course. Lilith.
Hello? I don't think that we've met.
Renaud, would she have seen you in the brothel at any point, or do you kind of get your own outside of having to pay for it? I'm glad I broke Hannah.
I'm gonna ask a weird question.
Please, with
Bring
all
it
that
on.
with all that game, he doesn't need a brothel.
You know,
It's
like,
on.
I think this was true in Atlanta where I first heard this, but it was something like some strip clubs had a really good buffet or like a really good food, and people would go there for the food.
Zareth and
like,
Lilith, tell me,
everyone's
what is the
done.
buffet like at the matriarchs?
It's impeccable. So good.
Fantastic.
In fact, that's what people like to say that they do when they're using the
They're going
brothel.
for the
Like,
wings?
Yeah, it's 3
Yes.
Michelin Fay stars.
everyone goes for the wings, but like,
They go for
And
the
then
wings,
they're-
but they stay for the tail. I hate myself.
the crab is also delicious.
Don't eat the crab, dip. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but that is it's a typical ism at this point that people are like, well, I went to the brothel. You went to the brothel? Well, for the wings. Oh, of course.
God.
I think Renaud
Crab dip,
went
yeah.
to the brothel as this, like, I don't even know how to explain it, as a, just for the vibes. Like, probably something happened at different points depending on the context or the situation, so I wouldn't rule it out, but it would be one of those, just, there is a sense of particular freedom, but also, like, I wouldn't say captivity, but there's like an interesting balance and imbalance there. So I think he would be attracted to what that particular energy is.
So Lilith, you will have seen him before, but maybe not had a
Okay.
conversation.
Okay. You do look familiar.
Thank you.
Oh. You
I-
haven't tried the buffet, have you?
I think Zareth will burst out laughing.
That has a very different context now. You haven't tried the buffet, have you?
Wait, Foxy, have you tried the buffet?
Well,
Did I make a joke?
every time I went there, it was all you can eat.
I'm going to figure you out.
I am Lord Renaud, the Fox of the Summer Court. It is a pleasure to meet you, officially.
Well, the pleasure is all mine. I think that if you are among my friends, I will consider you a friend, too.
Inside my
scene-
brain, there are two dogs. They are both barking.
This seems like a very turbulent time for every court and all of us. And I can only imagine what it is doing inside your mind and your heart.
I'm certainly trying to keep it in, if you will. And
Lilith, my friend.
yes.
I'm going to ask you a very personal question. And I apologize for that. Why?
Why? What?
Why are you keeping it in? To whose benefit? Not to your friends. And I think that's all that matters. That's all who surround you now. Your cult is here, around you, lifting you up. Why would you keep what makes you, you, where we cannot see it?
I guess, I've just been alone for a long time, and I've had to be strong for myself. Otherwise, I would have broken a long time ago.
You said before that I was familiar. I've gotten used to that. And to be familiar, there must be a recognition of being perceived. And to be perceived, at any rate, especially when you're not used to it, not used to being familiar, is very brave. And I don't know if anyone has commended you on it. Take the time that you need.
Thank you. And she's like, Lilith's kind of like turned away and like wiping her eyes a little bit. Nobody has called me brave before, or at least in a very, very long time.
Lilith, for the record, I don't think you are just brave. I think you are so brave that you are lending the excess to everyone around you. Because I don't think they would be doing what they are doing without your steps.
You're too kind.
Oh no, I'm old. I'm just good at recognizing this sort of thing. What do you need?
What do you want us to do, Lilith?
I want the world to know who she is and what she is. And then the night court, whatever happens, if it completely implodes, if my mother decides to do anything at all and actually be a leader. I don't want to be a part of this place. This is not my home, but I owe the people at least that much. So help me.
If I may, I think we're all on board. I think with what we had discussed, Rao, earlier, I think there's the potential for letting everyone see what she is at the same time as revealing Rao for still being alive. We have the Adder Stone. We could potentially try to increase its size so that it is impossible for her not to be seen as what she is. Create
multiply it.
Exactly. So basically just make it bigger and have it shine right on where she is.
I have a question. This is kind of a question for the Game Master as well. Could you use the Adder Stone in combination with something like a telescope? And maybe refracting some light within both of the optics and increase the size for some sort of projection.
I think that's possible.
I will say, as Game Master, it will definitely take some rolls. Or a couple of resolve tokens.
It's fine, I'll do it with some brains. I got it. I got my
Spend them,
resolve
gang.
tokens
This is the
like
last one.
I got him.
carry over.
I must
I
spend
haven't
them.
used one.
I was gonna say, there are some resolve tokens
I have-
floating out there that
yeah.
we have not used.
I haven't used my resolve tokens. Dreamy, can I use a monologue token on the matriarch? What's she thinking right now?
Sure.
Oh, I can actually do that. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, why not?
She is standing on the balcony looking down, surveying all. She is paying special close attention to this group. Zareth is there. Maeve is there. Apricity is there, and she has seen how she saw Zareth and Apricity kiss. And has noticed the way that they've gotten close. Lyral and Aimlith are there. And Lilith is there, which is very unusual. So she's keeping an eye on what is happening and hoping for the best with her trust in Zareth, but is preparing for trouble. But also at this point, she feels like she is queen of this court. She feels like she is queen of all the Fey courts because she holds the secrets.
Are the actual king and queen of the night court present?
So there's not so much a king of the night court currently. No one's really seen the queen of the night court, but also she is primarily made of shadow. So you don't know if you haven't seen her.
Difficult.
That's badass.
Can you see the things you don't see?
She is the
But
monster
also-
under your bed.
I will say, thanks to rumors, there are rumors that there are reasons why someone like the matriarch set up in the night court. It's easier to gain power when a queen is absent.
So, if I can, this is kind of a flavorful mechanics, I guess. I don't know. Can I take the telescope that Rao gave us and the Adder Stone and sort of fix it together so that it would, if light shines through, it would basically reflect the magic through the telescope, through the Adder Stone, and reveal it, a la what Hunter was saying?
Sure, are you spending a resolve token to do that?
Sure. I was gonna do a brains check, but I can do that instead.
Okay. That way you'll have a guarantee, and then it can happen within a timely fashion.
Yeah, all right. And then whoever would like to go and place it, I'm sure there's a adequate light source somewhere in this room.
Where are you trying to finagle this together? Are you all still kind of clumped together, or is everyone kind of like split?
I think I
Paint the
would.
picture for me.
I would have definitely started. If the machination is the way that we are going, I would have started, like getting Roger and other members of the group, if they're willing, to start just telling people. Especially important members of court, like kings and queens, like royal families.
Maeve will start her circuit with the royal families, being at that similar level, to go start chatting them up.
Right.
I think I went with Lyral to work on the telescope to kind of like make it look like, oh, it's just the brothers being brothers.
Apricity, what are you doing?
I have two options, and I'm going to put it to the group because I don't know if one is stupid or not. I can either go distract the matriarch, or I can go spread rumors with Maeve.
I don't know if we've gotten a matriarch Prissity scene yet.
That could be good.
Ooh, that can be fun.
That's awesome.
Well, spicy.
Okay, then I'll go.
All right, before we have that scene, Renaud, what are you doing?
Okay, so they're working on the telescope. They're getting
Just
the
going
royal families together.
Going up behind Amos,
Kind
going
of
boop, 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 boop,
rumors,
on your butt.
rumor spreading,
Okay, so like whisper
laying that
campaign
groundwork.
kind of thing. And Apricity is going to
Talk to the matriarch.
talk to the matriarch for a little bit of that.
The old razzle dazzle distraction.
Can you tell me about the space that we're in?
Yes, because you weren't here last session. It is a very large grand ballroom with two enormous staircases on either side, leading up to a balcony that surrounds the ballroom. And it's also the Court of Night, so there are plenty of dark corners for both secrets and intrigue and kissing.
Oh my god, we could have been doing that this entire time?
I mean, that was the whole point of this game.
Ugh.
Kissing.
I've wasted all this time.
Is this a kissing game? Fuck yes, it's a kissing game.
I've been kissing.
I could have been kissing.
With Renaud, Apricity, and Rao understood the assignment.
I want to do some kissing.
I understood the assignment.
Can you come back to me?
Yeah. Lilith, what are you doing?
Okay, I think Lilith is the king and queen of Fall. Are they
They're around.
there?
Yes.
Okay. I think I'd like Lilith to approach them, if that's
Alright.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Excuse me, my queen and my king, if you would have a moment.
It's our champion of the maze.
I think I'd like to cash in my prize, if you will.
Oh, and what favor have you come to ask for?
Well, I guess I have two options. There's this cuff on my ankle, and it would mean so much to me if there's even a way for you to remove it. But if not, I would ask that you spread the word for just generations and generations to everyone that you possibly can. The matriarch is not welcome. She is a night hag. She holds no power. So,
No, you presented us with 2 options, but you may only ask one favor.
I know.
So which is it that you ask?
Because we're totally gonna screw you over on the other one.
So I'm like, our option 3, we have some really nice dino nuggies in the fridge if you just want some of those.
Oh,
Honestly, people love option 3. That's why I brought it up.
oh my gosh, I wanted those.
All right, Lilith. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna try to keep us focused in since we're pressed for time.
Is the first even possible?
So you ask us to remove this cuff from your ankle.
I would.
All right. And you see the king lean down as the queen places her hands on your arms. He waves his hand over. And for a second, you're not sure if his magic will work as smoke spins up around the cuff. And then with a bright, warm light consumes the smoke and the cuff falls off. Your favor has been granted.
Thank you. Now just know that what I said of the matriarch is true. Do with that what you will.
Thank you for the information.
Thank you for helping me be myself again.
And you're
And
welcome at
Lilith.
our table anytime.
Lilith is going to bow, and then I think she's going to sort of revert to the shadows a little bit as all this is going down, because she's starting to get a little color back to her gray skin, and she is sprouting a set of large black horns. So she is gonna hide out until this goes down.
Apricity.
Okay, Apricity channeling her inner spring court, and her half sister is gonna go up to the matriarch and start a conversation. She's very nervous, but she is hiding it.
looks around the room. The rest of us are like,
I was fully expecting be a bitch, but you were like, be Aislinn.
Well, I think she thinks like literally. She goes, "Be a bit. Nope, no. You gotta be nice. Gotta be friendly. Gotta be Aislinn. Don't be like mom. Be like Aislinn."
Can after Z is done talking to people, can I keep an eye on them from the bottom of the stairs?
I fully.
Thank you.
Your Highness. You
Hi.
certainly had an interesting few days.
Well, haven't we all really? Have you had a good few days? How are you feeling?
Oh, well, thanks to you and your family, you've certainly kept things interesting.
Speaking of family, I was actually meaning to come talk to you. I have an acquaintance with one of your employees, and she deferred me to you in terms of getting some information.
Oh, that's not who I expected you to say. Who is this she?
Her name is Lilith?
Oh,
Yeah, Yeah, she we met in the maze. She's great. You should give her a raise or a promotion. And I'm like moving around so that I'm in the way of her eyesight at all times while I'm having this conversation.
We're getting him ready for the fight. I couldn't think of another word.
But I wanted to know, and I'm willing to pay you, if you had any, you deal in secrets, woman to woman. Let's be that's your the whole gig, right? So, do you have anything on my mother?
Well, a large portion of it's now been revealed.
Oh, really? Okay. Is she broke?
Now, dear Apricity, I believe it is you who owes me secrets, especially with your newfound, should we call it friendship, between a trusted confidant of mine. I noticed he's been slipping out to winter quite a bit.
Well, yeah, I don't like to kiss and tell, so,
I do believe you might owe me several secrets then.
Oh, why? Why do I owe you something?
Payment, of course. This is a business. He is an employee.
Mm-hmm. But how do I know if the information you're giving me is worth these secrets?
No, what I'm saying, dear girl, is that you owe me secrets as payment for your time spent with Zareth.
And you see Apricity freeze up and become the ice queen that her mother is. Oh, you think that's what this is? Okay. Well, for somebody who knows so much about so many things, you are clearly blind to what is happening in front of you right now.
And what is happening, dear little princess?
Well, I'm sorry, I can't tell you because that's a secret.
I just have to break character for a second to be like, fuck yeah, Apricity.
How are my friends doing? How's the telescope doing?
Yeah,
Zareth has had to hide behind the staircase to hide his oh yeah.
I would love if that's our moment.
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh,
Okay.
I know what I want to do during this whole time.
okay.
Yes.
I will hold off. I'll hold off.
We have not
Which
gotten
I
to.
think is important to, I don't mean to cut off, but I just want
No.
I think this would help quite a bit. During all of this, that would be a secret, making the telescope, talking, cuff coming off. You said that the ballroom is full of shadows, correct? You ever see The Mummy? I want to make, at distinct points in the room, transform the material into some sort of extremely refracting glass. So at a certain point, because you said the matriarch is in the kind of the night court, like really gets the power from all that sort of stuff. At the appropriate moment, Reynard mechanically will use a resolve token, but within the confines of the story, blast all of the summer light and sunshine that he can muster at a single point of glass that will hit all the other ones to light up the room so that shadows become at least a lot less. So there is less room to hide and therefore less power to wield for the matriarch.
Fuck yes.
Cool. Is everybody else ready for us to pull the cord?
Pull out a comically large crossbow.
I'll get my chair.
Oh yeah.
Everybody grab your
Steel chair.
The people's elbow.
I'm gonna beat the shit out of her.
He
Lyral,
was like, I helped.
Lyral and Aimleth, I guess, will come out, and like I'll be looking over at Rouse, like, is that the signal? I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna go. And just scream out, "Hey, bitch! I got a secret for you!" And then, if Aimleth would like to help me, create starlight in our hand to shine through the telescope right at her, revealing
roll me a. I know we've used resolve token, but I want to make you roll something for fun.
I have another one, but whatever.
No, I just want to see like how strong the starlight is.
No,
like,
it's
how
it's fine.
Yes.
It's between the two of us. If if he's okay with it.
Since we're doing it together, do we have
Make
it?
me. Both of you make me a brains roll.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay.
Hey. Okay. Okay. Okay.
What are my brains? What are my brains? Oh, a D20. Oh.
Did your d20 explode?
Maybe.
I rolled a natural 20.
That means it explodes. Roll it again. Roll it again.
Roll it again.
Yeah.
So both of ours exploded.
So excited.
15 plus.
Plus 20. So 35.
And mine was a 39. That bitch evaporated.
That's insane.
Oh my gosh.
The matriarch exploded.
So as you all
And here
look
comes
from
Lilith with a steel chair.
from your different moments, Lilith, as you were in this process of transformation, apricity, you were turning into the Ice Queen, trying just with rage. Zareth, Rao, as you see your love confronting this woman who helped change and twist you from who you really are. Reynard and Aimleth and Lyril come out with their mechanics, and in the most brilliant solar flare of starlight, shadow is banished in this court. Lilith, you wished for it to burn down. Night seems to evaporate, and it is only light in this space.
Sort of stars.
Motherfucker.
And every glamour and illusion in the court has been banished as everyone is laid bare and who they really are.
Oh wow, you guys are all really ugly. Wow.
There's
Why
a
is
lot.
everyone naked?
Where are your pants?
Everyone sees Amrian, the lost princess. Rao of the Court of Stars. Aislinn, who has lost any appearance of Fae and now looks mortal. There are other glamours and illusions that have fallen. The matriarch laid bare as the twisted hag you all know her to be, in front of all. What are you all doing?
You were saying about secrets?
And she shriveled back as her shadows, as her protection is lost.
Listen
You
to
know,
me
like-
here.
Voldemort in that story, whose shitty author we don't talk about at the very end.
Oh, where he's like under the bench.
There's like the
Yeah.
A little
bed
chicken
there.
wing.
A little bit of that.
Listen to
It's
me
like-
here.
Alessandro.
Matriarch, if you ever come near me, my friends, or this court, or any court for that matter, you will cease to exist. And Apricity just turns and leaves the floor for a public speech from Lilith. If she so desires.
Speech! Speech! Here, let me put on some speech music.
Oh my god.
I
have-
love that we had to allow the term motherfucker in chat.
I know.
Put background. They don't know.
Lilith, if that is the name you wish to hold on to, the floor is yours. In this brightly lit ballroom.
It's been a long time. Maybe some of you have forgotten me. The lost princess. Not so lost anymore. but I can't be Amrian anymore. That part of me died when the matriarch took my love and my light. But for all intents and purposes, I am Lilith now, and I am happy to be surrounded by a new court with friends. The matriarch is no longer welcome here. If my mother chooses to come out of hiding, that is her choice.
And you see a faint bit of shadow trying to cling on, like skimming its way along the back wall.
I know you're watching. I just... don't think I will ever forgive you, Mother, but... don't be stupid. I have people that love me, and I love them. And I will say, anyone in the Night Court, if you choose to leave, I won't stop you. There are plenty of courts out there that would welcome you with open arms. And she kind of looks around a little bit. Okay, I'd really like to stop talking now. Can someone please?
Maeve will come up and squeeze your hand and say, if there was any doubt, let it be known. Anshu, this is over. It's done.
Oh, okay.
Woo!
I didn't like you anyways.
Go cry about it to your mother.
I will. Right into her bosom.
And she will turn and take those of you closest and begin to round you up.
What's Mab doing in this situation?
Mab basically had already begun to leave before the machinations happened. She Irish goodbyed.
Oh, okay, cool.
In shame and embarrassment.
Ah, cool. So
Very
we don't
nice.
have to beat up your mom.
Yet.
Anshu kind
Yes.
of runs out to go to mom, and since she's not in the room, he runs out. He's like,
I imagine he runs like Alaska Thunderfuck from Drag Race.
literally. I'm so glad you know that reference.
Before we move to our epistolary phase, would anyone like to do anything else here in the ballroom? Wow.
I would. I will take out Zara's glass. Had these like purple sunglasses. He'll kind of shake them out, and you realize they're just kind of regular spectacles, and he's gonna put them on.
Oh no, he's a nerd.
Yeah, sorry. That's why I hid. He'll.
I thought he was cool.
I think he'll look to Maeve and some of the remaining members of the Stars Court that he knew before and let them look at him a little bit.
Maeve is beaming.
And I think he'll probably cry if he looks at Maeve. And will find himself in Lilith's position and goes like, oh fuck, I actually don't know what to say. my truth is now mine to tell. I would want more than anything in the world to be welcomed back into my own house after being gone for so long and potentially exploiting its members for so long. And before I receive a response, he'll try to find the Court of Dawn. He'll try to find the. Oh, it's not Dawn. It was because Torad was the Duke of Dayspring, right?
It was Court of Dawn, though.
Okay, great. He'll look to Dawn and say, I've been offered the most meaningful second chance that I could have ever imagined, and that I don't deserve. To the family of Toriad, the Duke of Dayspring. It was I who took your son from you. I'll kind of hang his head a little bit.
Princess Aurora, the Dawn Maiden, will look at you and say, take your second chance. Carry it with you every day in memory of him. Carry him with you.
He'll try to keep eye contact with her and nod as she's kind of gifting him this chance. And will actually, I think, in that moment, look to Apricity, kind of laid bare, with a look that says, like, that both says, I'm sorry, and, kind of, you see what I mean. And then before he kind of gets a read on how she responds to it, we'll turn back to Maeve. And kind of, and wait for her response as well.
Maeve will hold her arms open to you. Welcome home, my brother.
If she's open to it, he will run headlong into her arms.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll kind of look over to Lyral and Aimlith. And if it requires a resolve token, that's fine. But he and we'll kind of address the court at large and say, the brothers Athelian couldn't have joined us at a better time. With all of our secrets laid bare, we have to build anew. And any Fae worth their salt will seek to welcome them home if I am to be home as well.
And Maeve will extend a hand to the brothers.
Lyral will turn to Aimlith. I haven't been honest with you. I have been trying to find a way to keep you here. Because I can't lose you. And I know it's coming. This place is... It can give you the time, and it can give you the family that you've been looking for. It could be everything you need, but You deserve more than me. And I will always be around, but this is a job for you, and this is a place for you.
I've never looked further than you. I've never needed anything more. Even when we couldn't find our sisters, I didn't care if we didn't find them. You're not going to lose me. And I think you will if you try to put me in a box or chain me up. You don't have to be worried about that. Yes, I have new family and I love them. But no offense to them, but you're the only family that I'll ever need. I'm not going anywhere.
I'll grab both sides of your head and just put my forehead to yours. Give you a kiss on the forehead. As long as you'll have me.
For as long as the time that we have. And then I kind of want to, like, tap your nuts because I gave them back to you.
Okay, that was... I don't know if that's the right time or place for this, but alright. We'll go and take Maeve's hands. I will, at least. I don't know about you.
All right, is everyone ready to move into our final epistolary phase?
I think after that's kind of dispersed. Oh wait, no, go first, Michael. I saw you.
I think yours might be what I was gonna say, so you go ahead.
Oh, okay. After it's kind of dispersed and everybody is making their way from the ballroom, Apricity will run up to Lilith and kiss her on the forehead, and then say, "I will see you soon. I'm proud of you."
I'm proud of you too. You're so brave.
You're so brave. Okay, stop.
No, you stop.
Stop saying words. Stop it!
I'll see you very soon. That's a threat and a promise.
I love it. I wouldn't
And
have
then-
it any other way.
And then she goes back over to Rao and like after everybody's kind of gone away, she'll grab his little bolo tie and pull him into the shadows. And say, "For someone who hates the game, you make playing it look so good."
Oh, here's a can of comeuppance, motherfucker.
And
I
she's
think
like
he's-
pressed him up against a wall in the shadows.
I think he is blushing bright purple. And will kind of inquire while in this like the moment he's waited for fucking centuries, and say, "Are you giving me a second chance as well?"
I'll answer your question with a question. Are you giving me a second chance?
God.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
And she's still got a hold of your tie, so you can't get away. And she takes her hand and kind of sweeps your hair off your face. Rao of the Court of Stars, I love you. And she'll lean in for a kiss.
He absolutely will reciprocate and say, well, what am I to call you now? Princess Apricity of...
I have always loved the stars, so it seems fitting for it to be my home. You don't have to call me princess, though.
I know
Unless
that.
Maeve insists.
I might make Maeve insist. You've always been royalty to me.
I've missed you.
Every single day have I missed you. Shall we make up for 6 or 7 centuries? He says as his lips start to kind of drift towards your neck.
Please, by all accounts.
My box fan's on the other side of the room. I can't reach it.
All right.
Right
on.
I don't know if this is kind of before that moment, since Apricity was talking about them leaving the ballroom, but it's in a different section of that activity there. Renaud is going to... I'm going to make a lot of assumptions, so just tell me if I'm wrong. Renaud is going to go to where the music was being played toward a large harp, and is going to, like you would see sunshine peeking through blinds, it's kind of peeking through the strings as he plays. And in my head, I'm going to assume that each court kind of has like a particular song motif, or I can only think of like, you know, a sports team's kind of song. He's going to play not even a medley, but where the first song is the song of spring that transitions into the song of summer and into the song of autumn, kind of calling back melodies and notes from the previous songs, weaving them into each other, and then dawn to dusk and dawn to dusk, back and forth. And I think with an overarching theme of the Court of Stars, just kind of infiltrating each one of those. And then I think it will close out with, I'm going to assume that the nocturne of the Court of Night is in a minor key and is going to play through that probably about halfway and then switch it to a major key so that it kind of leaves off on a bright note. And all of the lights shining through those strings are going to intermingle with each other, create shapes of, I don't know what the light version of a silhouette is, but different colors, different silhouettes of different court members that probably would never interact with one another, all dancing together in a display that is extravagant, that is wholesome, that is inclusive to everyone there, to really punctuate the point. And it isn't really said, but I think that whole piece would be called The Bravery of Starlight. And he'll get up at the end of it, where everybody's probably shuffled out by that point, and wait by the doorframe to take Aimless' hand to just walk outside. That's it.
Is that all?
We're just gonna go on a walk?
Honestly, I think so. Like, in this moment, I think there's such a theme of, I don't know if this is kind of in-game or out-of-game, but I kind of just want to say it is, there's such a sense of what is the major arc to the major arc, what big thing to the big thing. And I think something as subtle as going from this room to that room together is a really powerful statement. Just being in that particular moment and not living in the past or the future, just the very present thing. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, and now we are moving into our final epistolary phase that will also serve as our epilogue. Who would like to go first?
I'll do one of mine first, if that's okay.
Okay.
This is a letter that is addressed to Queen Mab of the Winter Court, Her Majesty of Frost, Maiden of Misery, and she who is now most to be pitied. In my line of work, it pays to be silent so that one may hear all the better what others fear, love, and hope for, what they are proudest and most ashamed of. And for centuries, I have become nearly immaculate in the execution of my job. This past week, however, being an exception to rival all exceptions, has swayed me to let loose words I have stored for all those centuries. Firstly, though this union is now dissolved, your son was to be joined to one of the greatest and noblest women in this or any other realm. No matter your feelings on the matter, you and the rest of your court will speak of my cousin, Maeve, with nothing but the utmost respect until time's end. She is worth hundreds of you put together, and you could stand to learn from her shining example of grace, humility, and above all, compassion. Secondly, you will not speak to your daughter ever again as you did last night in the height of your own shame. She is a miracle, who after millennia under your influence lived to change the very fabric of this world, not with duty, not with the sword, but with reserves of love that she did not find in you. My beloved is more than capable of vanquishing any force that opposes her, and she still chose to spare you. And though I have forsworn my old life, I will see that you lose all ties of loyalty, respect, and reverence in this community should you besmirch her name again. By now you may see me clearly. A simple boy who gave your daughter more love than you could possibly understand. A wayward boy who learned how to poison the minds of the masses after his life was taken from him. A boy you'd pledged to kill. I wish you would try. You may learn how voraciously protected someone who is truly loved can be. It is not too late. You have eternity to set things right with her. She has no need of you anymore, but I suspect that you will be dearly in need of her in the time to come. Mark these words well. They will never be said again. Rao of the Court of Stars.
All right, who would like to go next?
I can read one of mine.
Okay.
Apricity is in the Court of Stars. She has, I'm assuming, rooms in wherever Maeve is.
Of course.
That she either shares with Zareth or they have an adjoining door. I don't know.
It's up to y'all to decide.
Both.
Makes for lots of bases where they could be loving. to one another.
That's the word for
Let
it.
me count the ways.
You always get poof mail when May wants to talk to one of you. Is it safe to come in?
There's a sock on the door. No.
And you can see there's like a section of her closet that has clothing that's there for like when Lilith wants to come over and stay with her, and like she's often over there. But she's writing a letter, and then for old time's sake, we'll poof mail this to, and each a copy to the Athelian brothers. And it says, to the Athelian boys, fate will only ever know what triggers were pulled to produce the events of the past week. The sick must sweat and suffer in order for fever to pass. The same may be said for the affliction that plagues our courts. I believe the events that have transpired over this week have caused the fever that this realm so greatly needs. I hope it burns away that which does not serve. Although I too have been caught up in that fever, I cannot be anything but grateful despite the pain. Grateful to the fates, and grateful to you both. You extended a hand of friendship to me when I was so very alone and twisting in the breeze of my family's ambitions. Your words to me, Lyrol, on that morning in your chambers reignited something within me that I had tried desperately for centuries to extinguish. Aimlith, your wonder and sweetness gave me a glimpse into a past and a dynamic for which I still mourned after centuries. Together, you both inspired me to fight for my happiness again. I will never forget that kindness. Going forward, regardless of whatever court I may or may not be a member of, know that you both have a place in my life if you so desire. I have much to make up for in terms of friendships, both old and new, and I'd like to start with you. I know your lives take you down many roads that most Fae do not dare to travel, but selfishly, I do hope you'll stay, for at least a spell. Different perspectives make for illuminating discourse. May the light of the stars guide your feet to wonder. Your friend, Apricity.
I'm crying.
All right. Who would like to go next?
I feel bad because I didn't write anything down concrete because I had no idea what was gonna happen.
Yeah, same.
And y'all are coming out here with fucking insane. Like I know what I want to say, but it's not gonna be nearly as eloquent.
I'll give you a little bit of time to think if you want. I'll throw something together.
Yeah.
Apricity, you probably didn't get a response back immediately.
Okay.
It's probably a few weeks. Lyrol is sitting in a cottage back in his home, and he sits down, and a young Eladrin appearing boy sits next to him. All yellow hair, yellow skin, all that kind of stuff. He says, Apricity, I still have not entirely come to terms with what happened those few weeks ago. To be given a not just second chance, but third and fourth is more than I truly deserve. I think it is thanks to you and Ral that I have been able to soften, to take a look at the things that truly matter to me and reevaluate what is next. Sorry, my computer's beeping with virus alerts. I have a favor to ask. During the hunt, I split off for a time to plant a tree that I thought would come into use at some point. I underestimated just how much that sapling wanted to live, and now have a minor tree spirit alongside me. He speaks of how lonely his counterpart is in the Feywild, and he is looking for a family. I know it's a lot to ask, but if you and Rao could take him in and teach him what it means to love and to trust one another. His name is Delnaris. He's a good boy. I look forward to the next time that we can speak. Lyra Lithilian.
And as you send off your letter, Lyral, the half-elf that Apricity has seen in a vision woman comes and just squeezes your shoulders as you poof off this letter to the Feywild.
He will just hold on to that hand, kiss it, and then just sit and relax.
Can I respond real fast?
Yeah.
Okay. You get from the Feywild.
Did you fucking leave me a kid? What's wrong with you?
That little ice bird comes and
Ah!
yep,
Shit!
exactly. And produces a note it's very small and kind of long. And it says, "Consider it done, period. The next time I hear from you, it better be in person, period. Bring your family, period." And then like below that it says, "And by family, I mean that lovely woman in the vision I just saw." And then she's drawn a heart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll probably do that at some point.
If Rao ever gets a read on that letter, I think he'll probably blanch. We haven't even...
Yeah, no, yeah.
I think depending on how many centuries farther along it goes, it's like, well, I don't know if we're prepared for this talk. And he's gonna like put like a box with a ring in it back in his back pocket, like after reading the letter, going like, okay.
We'll figure it out. We can find foster parents. Doesn't have to be us.
I mean, he sounds wonderful. No, I think we should.
Back to the sex.
The boy's just sitting there like...
No, she has a point.
Oh.
She has a point.
This definitely won't haunt him for years to come.
Just send him to Uncle Reynolds.
Yeah, exactly.
He knows a lot of tree
yeah.
spirits.
Yeah.
Uncle Reynard is top tier babysitter.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm ready.
All right.
Squeaker, squeak, squeak, squeak.
Squeaker, squeak, squeaking, squeaking.
So mine is going to be addressed to everyone, and everybody's going to get their own copy through poof mail. But it says, "Dear family, I spent the first century or so of my life wondering where I'd come from, wondering if I was the only one like me, believing I was the only one like me, having nothing to compare myself to, seeing no one that looked like me or acted like me or could tell me anything about me. Until one day, Lyral found me and showed me that I did have a family and I did have a place that I came from and I did have others like me and a community and so many more possibilities that I never thought
Oh, no.
were suddenly presented."
Oh, Connor?
What?
Are you there?
Okay, you're back.
Okay. that I
Sorry.
never thought existed were finally presented for me.
Multiplanar
Is it working
travel.
now?
Multiplanar travel is a little, it's a little tough sometimes.
So over the next century, I learned what it means to be a part of a family. And over the last week, I have seen how dysfunctional, how scary, how funny, how gentle, how chaotic, and how flexible family can truly be. And how blood is not the only thing that can define a family, but shared love and experience will do the same. So as you have extended an offer to stay, unfortunately it cannot be permanent. But I would also like to extend an offer for everyone, especially you, Aislinn, if you would like a taste of what it means to be not only Fey, but also mortal. Come visit in our community that we have created of misfits and outcasts, and let me show you around.
It's
See
very
you
dirty.
soon. It's very dirty, and we don't have to wear shoes. See you soon. With love, Aimlet.
Aislinn probably would have shown up in a matter of days.
I love it.
Aislinn will be welcomed into the cottage.
But I think she also would have flitted back and forth. She would have wanted to hang out with Apricity a lot as well.
All right. Lilith and Reynaud, do you have a letter you would like to share?
I do.
Okay.
So Lilith is sitting atop the highest peak in the night court right now for one last time, where she used to go when she was a little girl, looking up at the moon. She's writing a letter. Mother, did you miss me? Did you think of me at all after you hid me away? I had a lot of time to think about the awful things that I would do to you in the event I was ever freed. Horrible things. I'll leave that up to your imagination. You're creative like that. With the matriarch gone, what will you do now? If I were you, I would think very carefully about how I would proceed. There are people who know who I am and what I have lost. I have people that will fight for me and protect me, and I them. They're called friends. I don't think you have any of those. So, tread lightly. I am watching from afar. Be good. Or at least, stay out of trouble. And maybe, you'll never have to see me again. Because if you do, I'll be the last face you ever see. With love and the utmost disappointment in you, your daughter.
Oh! Shit!
Yes, queen.
We're gonna poof that one away. And then she is writing a second letter.
Let's go.
The letter just poofs into a dark cave somewhere and just rolls along the floor.
Yeah.
Ah, shit!
Apricity. When is our next sleepover? I have a keg of Fey whiskey with our names on it. Bring Maeve. It's a girls' night.
Okay.
I've also been thinking, I need a hobby. There's a mortal term called stand-up comedy. I might have to give it a go. I have a lot of time on my hands now. See you soon, Lilith. And I'll put that one away too. Fade to black.
I don't know if that's that's the right hobby, but
Let her figure it out. Let her figure it out.
She's gotta
funny.
discover herself.
people laugh out of fear.
A pristine row are in the front row of every stand-up comedy for Lil.
Every show, yes. Yes.
Oh.
With this little like tree spirit boy who's like, what the fuck is this shit?
Just go with it.
She's funny. She's funny.
No, that doesn't. She's terrible at this.
Funny.
Raynon has 2 letters and everyone else has 1 letter left.
I can go because mine's kind of in conjunction with Lilith's. It's really short.
Okay.
Apricity receives that letter and then is finished writing her letter that she is just about to send to Aislinn. That reads, Aislinn, let's do brunch. Lilith and Maeve request you bring the Feywine. Apricity.
I love it. Aislinn is how we break Michael.
Girl squad.
It's true.
Oh.
I have a question.
Yes.
Can I have 3 if they're like exceptionally short?
Sure.
It's the
No,
end.
no,
Whatever. It's fine.
Rules are made to be broken.
Exactly.
I'm a guest. Be nice to me. Okay. So all of these have something in common. They are a simple statement, and with them is a jar of starlight honey. So to the first is to Rao. And it says, to telescopes, horoscopes, and renewed hopes. And so on your jar, it is labeled truth. To Lilith, to the bravest Fae I ever knew, thank you. That one is labeled courage. And to Aimleth, to the eyes of infinite summers called starlight. And yours is labeled Lily. That's it.
All right. Rao, Aimleth, and Lyril, you have a second letter if you would like.
I'm writing it. Leave me alone.
Don't look at me.
I'll do my.
Stop it! Stop it!
I'll do my second one.
All
I
right.
think I like to imagine that he gave Aimleth and Lyril this letter when they said they were going to embark back to the mortal plane for the first time. I think he would have liked to probably walk them out and like see them to the edge of the wild so they could finally get to hike. And would have given them the letter and would have mentioned that the person that he's looking for is his mother, and her name is Aurelia. And would have communicated that in such a way that you could tell that he doesn't have a great deal of hope that you will find her, but is encouraged about the fact that you have endeavored to look, and trusts both of you.
Athelian brothers, make me a brains roll.
Okay. 28.
Hold on. Hold on.
Rao, did I cut you off? Were you actually going to read the letter? Or were you just kind of
But no,
summarizing it?
no, I can read the letter, but
Go
you
ahead.
have
I want
do
you
it
to
as well.
read it first before
Okay.
I say why I made them roll.
Okay. The letter reads, Mom, I'm sending this along with the brothers Athelian in hopes that it will reach you in the mortal plane. There is much to forgive, and yet too much I have forgotten of you. We fixed it, Mom. We found a way to fix everything. Maeve, Apricity, they said it all right. And now with the help of Lyril and Aimleth, I think we can have our home back the way that it used to be. I can be with her again. She showed me the way when I thought after centuries that there was nowhere I could go. And so I will beg of you what she asked of me. Come back. Please come back to me, Mom. My greatest sorrow is knowing I can never see Dad again. I will not have any more years go by without knowing you can be home with both of us. May the light of the stars guide your feet to wonder. Your son, Rao.
Lyril, you got a 28.
Mm-hmm.
What did Aimleth get?
I rolled a 20. Does that mean it exploded and I have to roll again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. God.
We're really fucking
Hold on.
smart boys.
Thank God for that, too.
16.
Okay, so that's a
That's
36.
36 and a 28.
28. Rao, a few weeks pass. And then one evening in the Court of Stars, as the North Star, the guiding star, you and Apricity are out gazing upon it. You see a woman approach. It's a face you have not seen in a very, very long time.
I think if he sees her from a distance, he'll tear after her and, take her up into his arms and kind of bear his version of a bear hug, which is not much. He's not a strong boy.
And I'm not going to act the scene out with you because I'm already weeping. So you and your mom reunite.
And I think he'll run her over to Apricity, so that they can see each other again as well.
I think Apricity bows, like curtsies very low as a sign of respect, and then quickly hugs her.
And she'll embrace you. Another piece of stars reunited. All right, Lyril, Aimleth, you got a second letter?
You want to go? I'm almost done.
Give me a second.
I wish I could hug you all. I know. Oh.
I'm just like, if I start crying for real, I have so much glitter on my eyelids right now. It's gonna burn.
Okay, I'm gonna improv my second one.
Yes.
Yes. Nice.
Dearest Reynard, it's so stupid. Your honey is delicious. Thank you so much for the gift and the sweet compliment. I will be back soon for more midday and midnight walks, exchanging stories, exchanging glances, exchanging kisses. And I would like to welcome you to my home anytime you see fit, to the Haunted Woods. Love, Aimlet.
Hunted. Like,
Hunted Woods.
not haunted. We get that a lot.
Yeah.
Are these on paper?
They
Mine were
can
not.
be.
Oh, what would you write that on?
Oh no. Oh, you mean like in game? Are they written on paper?
Yes.
Not.
Yes,
Are they?
in-game, are they written on paper?
There's a
Yes.
small man who walks up to you and says these things to you.
That's a
Eyes are
web
dead.
document.
I fax it to you. No, it's written on parchment.
Okay. GM, I would like to take that and take it to the largest tree and place it against it so that all the words get etched into the bark so that I can read it often.
Okay.
Oh my god.
The tree spirit is a little jealous, but also you two have an understanding at this point that you cannot be contained.
It's very open. She entangles her roots with so many other shrubs. I ain't judging.
Oh.
All right, Lyle, it's all down to you.
All right. With your mother arriving, she will hand a letter to you, Rao. Rao. Cousin. I admire you. And I have so much to learn from you. As I said in my previous letter, I was raised by a stunted man and have never truly learned what it means to love. But seeing how you persevere, seeing how strong it makes you, it makes me want to learn how to be a better man for the woman I love. She needs better, and I want to be better for her. All this to say, I pray I can continue to seek your counsel in these matters of the heart. As the meddling shitfuck that I am, I would hate to lose the one thing that brings me peace. Lyra.
Thank you all for watching our silly little game. I hope you have enjoyed it so much, and if you are not quite ready to say goodbye to these characters yet and would like to laugh and cry with us just a little bit more, join us next Sunday right here at 1 o'clock Central again for a brand new after show called Post-Clack Unpack, where we are going to discuss the campaign. We're going to get to ask each other questions, spill any secrets that didn't come out in game. Also, you have the chance to ask all of us any and all questions. So if you want to join the Discord and post them in the Fey Court thread, we will get to those next week. So again, thank you all for going on this journey with us. We hope you loved it as much as we have. And clickety-clackety, please come backety.
Thanks, guys. Who should we raid?
I don't know, Kaz just ended.
Ah, Kaz, come on, man.
I know, we just missed Kaz.
Anybody?
None of my other people are on.
You know, we'll go to
I have a
Bobby
friend
Oli, who is playing Power Wash Simulator. I have no idea who this is, but you know what? Good for him. Alrighty. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Alrighty. And let's
Okay.
end the stream if I can, maybe.
Hey,